Today we're going to talk some housing in the news, a few other things as well, but interesting stuff about housing going down, what people have been making out there, some of the crazy stuff going on, and some of the rarest housing items in the game. That's right. Oh, watching the news? No, you're not. You're not at all. You're watching the biggest giveaway Samiccus has ever done. $140 in BNet balance could be yours. You could purchase anything your heart desires with this money as long as it's in the WoW store or the WoW shop. How do you do it? You got to watch 1 hour of this shitty stream. You can get yourself the Long Boy if you do that. There's plenty of other things to be had. Get yourself the Epic Edition so you can get all the benefits of that. Get yourself a mount pack. Even if you're someone that doesn't enjoy retail, get yourself a little classic Andy pack, right? Any of that stuff could be yours. All you got to do is watch 1 hour of this shitty stream, okay? Every hour beyond that gets you another point to enter the giveaway, so you can enter multiple times. Check out all the stuff you can get off the WoW store with this money. We're talking about nice little sweaters, the Eternal Judgment armor, the Pepe Dreadlord pillow. I mean, any of this stuff could be yours if you win the giveaway. You have until December 23rd to watch as much of my stream as you possibly can. Shit, even get the collector's edition if you want it. All this stuff ends, as I said, on December 23rd. Gather up as many points and watch time as you can. I'm here 5 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Get in here, watch, gather up those points. We got the rarest housing items in the game. If you walk into somebody's house right now, or maybe in a couple years, and you see one of these items, you're going to know they're complete housing degenerates. So let's just dive straight in here. N'Zoth's Captured Eye. So these two items that I'm about to show you take a long time, and I'm going to tell you exactly how long these two items take to grind out. But first of all, N'Zoth's Captured Eye. This is an encapsulated crystal encapsulating one of N'Zoth's eyes that you could just put in your house somewhere. It's a prism. And the way you get this is by completing a Farewell to Arms. This is a BFA meta achievement. It's a ton of achievements. This takes time in and of itself, but believe it or not, this is not the thing that's going to take the longest time. Once you complete this, you will have to spend 100,000 of these Echoes of Ny'alotha. Now, you might be asking, how do I get an Echo of Ny'alotha, Sam? Well, there were these invasions that you had to do to get them. I forgot exactly what they're called. Echoes of N'Zoth can be purchased. The Ny'alotha Black Empire invasions. That's what they were called, yes. Black Empire invasions, and then also defeating Ny'alotha raid bosses. So that's how you get this stuff. You will have 100,000 of it. You'll need 100,000 of it to purchase one of these items. Same with this one here. This is really just a little fount of light. It's a little light fountain. Nothing too crazy. Also, you will need the achievement for this, and you'll purchase it from Mother and the Heart and the Chamber of the Heart, and another 100,000 of these currencies here. Now, while the achievement takes a long time to do, how long will it take to grind out that much of these Echoes of Ny'alotha? Well, they're earned, as I mentioned before, largely from Black Empire invasions and defeating Ny'alotha raid bosses. Players can earn roughly 1,000 to 1,500 Echoes per week. For both items, you will need 200k combined. That would equate to 200 weeks of farming. That's just shy of 4 years if you want the two pieces. So basically, just shy of 2 years per piece. So if anybody has these items in their home, please call their loved ones. Please go check on them. Go see what's wrong with them. Maybe schedule some kind of psychiatrist appointment, because clearly they are an extreme housing Andy who has absolutely no life. And how do you kill that which has no life? Well, of course you can't. So play the game, maybe. Here's the thing. Maybe you have some of these currencies sitting already in your bank account or something, but odds are you did not play the expansion for 4 years, first of all. You might have enough for maybe one item if all you did was grind this currency, but a lot of us probably didn't do that. So to grind this all out, do this shit. Yeah, if you see these items, if you see a prism with N'Zoth's eye in it, go check on the person. They might not be okay. Mythic dungeon tuning continues here. Mythic Plus dungeons, we know that stuff's going on right now. More nerfs coming in. Windrunner Spire getting a ton of nerfs to a ton of mobs, damage reductions across the board, debuff damage reductions, tons of stuff happening here. So Windrunner Spire getting nerfed. As we've been seeing, a lot of these Mythic Plus changes are just nerfs, basically, to the dungeons. Tons of nerfs coming out, and they'll continue to come out. Besides that, we have Myasara Caverns getting a few changes here, and Magister's Terrace getting a few fixes as well. Moving on to Turbulent Timeways, okay? If I didn't tell you already, I'm telling you now. Do the Turbulent Timeways, guys. There's especially if you want to level up. This is the most cracked version of leveling that has ever existed in the game. I've said it a couple times now. The percentages that you can stack up to 105%, up to 185%, really. There's a way to do it. I got a video coming out that'll tell you exactly how, but it is crazy in terms of the amount of stacking you could do right now in this event with the anniversary event and everything else going on, and how quickly you could level. Just remember, this is a 10-week event starting with Shadowlands and ending with Shadowlands dungeons. Right now, we are in the week 1 of Shadowlands. We also go on to Mists of Pandaria, Classic, then Legion, then Cataclysm, Burning Crusade, Warlords of Draenor, Battle for Azeroth, Wrath of the Lich King, and as I said before, finishing it off with Shadowlands once again. Just you, Sam, LOL. Yeah, right. 7K from back then. So people checking how much of that currency they have? Yeah, not a lot, I'm sure. New healing absorb textures and different things going on with the raid frames, right? So we got new raid frames coming in with the new, add-on removals and stuff like that. Blizzard trying to put stuff in the game, and some of those are the new raid frames. So Blizzard's iterating on those. They created a really cool looking texture. So I don't know if anybody had this set up in an add-on somehow. I don't delve or dive into add-ons that much. I just kind of have the standard shit always. But this is really cool. So this is the new heal absorb look. So it has little, healing signs right here. So this means there's a heal absorb placed on this person. So obviously you got to out-heal the heal absorb. That's how that shit works. So this is the way it's going to be displayed now in the raid frames. I actually like how this looks a lot. It's pretty intuitive. You get it. Obviously there's a little healing thing on there so you can actually tell what's going on. This is how the old one looked, right? Where you just have kind of a shadowed version. Then you got like this blue shit here. That's how you could tell somebody had a healing absorb on them previously. I think the new version of it is much, much better for sure. Also, out of rage indicators. Blizzard previously had this little eye with the crossed out on it, and players didn't like it. I guess they felt like it was intrusive or something, so Blizzard removed it, and now the person will simply be shadowed out, right? So, your typical out of range UI where the person's health bar is kind of faded out a little bit. That's what they're going back to having, so no more of this eyeball crossed out thing. And then finally, a new Dispel tint. That's right, so kind of a green poisonous thing previously. They just had kind of the green poison. Now they're going to have like an overlay over the health bar that kind of looks like a green-ish poisonous cloud over the bar. Also really good stuff. Intuitive, yes. Visually appealing, yes. I think this is all working out pretty well. They'll continue to iterate on this stuff. So far, I like the way the new raid frames are looking a lot. Okay, transmog costs. We talked about this a couple times now. Now, people, the math is in. How much is transmog going to cost you? Full slots and everything going through the War Within. Well, first of all, we saw discounts to the total cost of unlocking every single slot of armor that you could possibly have, right? I'm talking about the different sets, 20 sets in total, soon to be 50 sets. When Midnight is maybe midway through or something, they plan on eventually releasing up to 50 sets that you'll be able to transmog full sets into. Also, they reduced the amount of gold costs for each slot when you're transmogging. So with all these reductions in mind, 5 times cheaper than previously that it was going to cost before when everyone was losing their damn minds. Also, the cost of everything, right? These were each costing 100,000 gold at the end. Now they're only costing 20. Blizzard said, really, their plan is to kind of keep the 20K as the cap. So that means once we have 50 slots in total, unlocking all 50 slots will cost you 762,000 gold. If you want 50 slots, I'm talking about 50 different outfits. I don't know, maybe you're some kind of RPer and you need that many. I have no idea. I would never need that many. But if you want them all, that's how much it would cost you. If you guys remember, before, the 20 slots alone were going to cost over 800K. Now, this is only going to cost you 762. Also, each slot costing you less to transmog, 5 times less than they used to. Overall, Blizzard listened to the feedback. Transmog is not going to be as expensive as we once thought, and that was a good reaction from Blizzard. Okay, housing. Let's get into it, because there's actually some really cool stuff going on with housing. Players are making crazy shit. And first off, one thing you want to do is start that chopping. Get to that wood chopping, guys. Wood chopping right now in this game, or I should say, I don't know, harvesting is really a big deal right now for housing. So if you're new to player housing or you're just getting started, make sure you do the quest to get your harvesting hatchet. You can do that out in your neighborhood, whether you're Alliance, Miss Alestia Golden Strike and Founder's Point, or if you're Horde, Zixros in Razor's Shores. So they'll give you a little harvesting hatchet, and then you can start running around chopping down trees. Now, every single zone, or based on expansion, gives you different trees. Ironwood lumber is from classic zones. Olemba lumber from Burning Crusade, Coldwind lumber from Wrath of the Lich King, Ashwood lumber from Cataclysm, Bamboo lumber, Mists of Pandaria, Shadow Moon lumber from Warlords. Warlords stuff is not gatherable yet, but you can convert other lumber into it via an NPC right now, because Blizzard hasn't been able to fix this yet. Once it's fixed, that NPC will probably not do that anymore. Fell Touch lumber from Legion, Dark Pine lumber from Battle for Azeroth, Arden lumber from Shadowlands, Dark Pine lumber. Didn't I just say that? Oh, Dragon Pine lumber, I should say, from Dragonflight, Dornick Fire lumber from The War Within, and the Leshian number. That'll be the thing that you get from Midnight. So other tips: Druids can gather while in flight form, which is really cool. Obviously, Druids have always been the greatest gathering class in the game. The Sky Golem mount does not let you chop down trees. Mushrooms are considered to be trees, so look around for those in Zangamarsh and Maldraxxus. Lumber is warbound. Unfortunately, you can't sell it on the auction house, but you can gather it on the on your most efficient character and then send it to whoever is running your house, really. So yeah, lumber, big thing in the game right now. A lot of people are spending time gathering it up and using it to make cool player housing items. Now look at this. Look at what the community's already doing. We got flying houses, guys. Yeah, that's right. You want to take your house to new levels, literally. We have people now putting their houses up in the air. Now, there's a specific way on how to do this. First off, you got to start creating a platform in the air. So whatever you use to create that platform, could be rocks, could be... This is so damn cool. I mean, literally a mage tower. Like, this looks like a mage lives in this home. Really, really cool stuff. And as I was saying before, there's a specific way to do this. So you got to build out a platform. First of all, set up your platform, and then adjust your build settings. So you got to get rid of the snap to grid and collision and clipping. Turn all of that off. Without the right settings, your house will stay firmly on the ground. Then you have to find the up arrow in your home. So if you've managed around any furniture yet in the game so far, you know that when you want to move stuff around, there's an up, down, left, right arrow, and that's how you click and you drag the item around. You got to find the arrow. Evidently, there is an up arrow on our homes. Now, maybe Blizzard will move this at some point, but there is an up arrow. It's just basically buried inside the home, and you got to finagle your way around to try to find it. People just kind of hover their mouse around until they see something that's clickable with the move the home UI up, and eventually they get it. Some players say they zoom in and move their cursor around until they find it, but there is a way to find it. Once you find it, and assuming you've already built yourself a platform in the sky, you can in fact float your house up and put it right there. You found it by mistake. Yeah, some people have been finding it by mistake, and once it was found, people realized if they built a platform, the house is actually placeable on that platform. So there you go. This is how you do it. Look at this person, a druid. They got their home on top of a tree. Yeah, why not? Really cool stuff, really creative stuff coming out of the community so far with player housing, and I'm sure more to come with that. Sempi, thank you for the Prime sub, man. I appreciate that. Death Knight of our Scourge. Finally, this guy created a guild room showcasing all the classes. Look at how glorious this thing looks. So they've got all the classes represented along the outer walls of this room. They got the head of Onyxia hanging above the fireplace there. Nice little chandelier. And then a round table. Look at this with a little battle map in the middle. This is really cool. Too many chairs? I mean, it's supposed to be a guild room, so I mean, I don't know how many chairs you want. But I think this is a really cool thing. By the way, remember, each chair was an individual chair. I mean, you're limited to each item being placed one time unless you purchase more of that item. So this guy went out and bought all these damn chairs. But anyways, really cool room, really cool stuff coming out of player housing lately. I'll keep finding the really cool stuff that people make and dropping it here in the news segment. But for today, that is all in terms of news.